Hi, folks. Trisha Curtis, CF Petronas and host of the Petronas podcast. I am live in Washington, D.C. This is the Pentagon right behind me. Hopefully you can see it in the video with the lighting's not too bad. I just recorded the introduction for episode 120 of the Petronas podcast because I did a talk and presentation in Oklahoma with the Oklahoma Petroleum Alliance that was just awesome, and I wanted to get it out there. It's hot off the press, and it's a post-election rip of focusing on U.S. shale and geopolitics. And, you know, Jamie Dimon said something yesterday in response to he will not be a part of the Trump administration, but he said something yesterday, which is that this is probably the most complex geopolitical environment and geoeconomic environment we've had since World War II. I very, very much agree with him there. I do think this is an incredibly complex geopolitical environment and geoeconomic environment. But with that being said, I am live in Washington, D.C. I actually had a webinar, a talk that I did with some folks with the government on Tuesday. That was right after I gave a talk with Chris Wright at Liberty Energy, talking about the state of energy and what the world and the U.S. energy sphere looks like under Donald Trump, which is really significant. I mean, significant changes, obviously, on energy. And then Tuesday, I gave this talk and webinar with a government group, and I focused on the Strategic Petroleum Reserve and looking at the U.S. and why we need to refill our Strategic Petroleum Reserve. And then on Wednesday morning, I gave this awesome talk to the Oklahoma Petroleum Alliance, which was super fun. It was at 9 in the morning, and it is a super fast rip. So that is the podcast that's going to drop on Monday. That is episode 120. Can't wait for you guys to take a listen. But right now, we're seeing oil prices at $68 and change, $68.45 right now. Earlier this week, we saw $67 a barrel. We clearly have some really serious weakness in the global economy, especially in China, especially in Germany. We also heard comments by Secretary Granholm, who said it was quote, political malpractice if the Trump administration rolls back all the stuff on green energy that they did. And it's because they really didn't get much done. They got the tailwinds with wind and solar being forced into the grid and high electricity prices, but they didn't get a lot of the spending that they wanted done, so they're trying to do it now. And so she doesn't want all this removed, and she really should have just done a better job, and maybe that wouldn't happen. That, in addition to the fact that you are hearing stuff from the Trump administration already, or President-elect Trump, that they are going to roll back they're going to take away the $7,500 subsidy that you get for electric vehicles. That's pretty significant because it means that, one, that's a subsidy that's not going to be given, but EVs are not selling well to begin with anyway, so that's going to be a big deal. And then we're seeing the stock market come down considerably, and that's because Jerome Powell has come out along with other Fed officials and really pouring cold water on further rate cuts. That means they should not have done the first rate cut of 50 basis points in September, nor should they have done the last one of 25 basis points, because if you saw the latest inflation rate, it actually ticked up, and that is because shelter was up. It's near 5%. You have transportation services at a whopping 8.2%. So some really sticky things. Shelter and services are really, really sticky. Also, electricity prices, which are still, electricity is still up near 5%. So with this, folks, thank you so much for listening. I am so pumped for this podcast to drop. There's lots more in the queue and lots more talk and presentations. I was just in Oklahoma City. I'm in Washington, D.C. now. I'm heading back to Denver for the weekend, and then I will be heading to Midland, Texas, and I will be speaking to the Society for Petroleum Engineers, to a big group on Tuesday. I'm really, really pumped about that next week. So please sign up and attend, folks. And I will. Will be talking with ConocoPhillips and really thank them for sponsoring this event. So talk to you soon, folks. Bye.